What up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another SNA podcast video. And this is the football news video on October 10th, 2024. We're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing football news, stories, and transfers that you Assassinators need to know from the Sportskeeda football article. Starting off today with today we got they're working hard behind the scenes that next level. Journalist says, like, in our about Arsenio will look like to reinforce a squad in January. According to a former Manchester United chef, chef scout, like Mike Brown, like our essential, like. Wait, what I'm looking for? No, wait, I was reading at the wrong thing. We're gonna start off today with the in, insider notes on Jets like firing Roberts Saleh, like was he escorted out uh, the fa- the facial the face the faciality, like, and the Jets are like at it again, like entering year 15, like of their third year rebuilding plan. Like, they fired head coach Robert Saleh like just 5 games into the season, and while the word like this dysfunction has once again been used to describe this the organization by outsiders, I wanted to find out like how the players like in the locker room felt. Like, yeah, here's here's what I was told. Like today was an off day, like for the Jets, like who flew back from London after Sunday's loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Yet a few players went in for voluntary like workouts. Like, I'm told players were not aware of the situation like until like about 9 a.m. When they were informed, like Salih had been fired like as head coach. No player like I heard from some saw like Salih like this morning, like or witnessed the former head coach being escorted from the facility, like I've been escorted out of the facility as he been reported like elsewhere, like inside the process, like behind the Jets firing Robert Sully. Like, owners Woody and Chris Johnson did address the leadership like of council of the Jets, which as and explained like to me like and it and incorporates like veteran leaders on the team, like the brothers Johnson, like explained, like to the leadership, like council, why the move was made and why they believed it was the right move during this during this meeting. It was announced that defensive coordinator, defensive coordinator Jeff Uwe Brick, Brick, as he knew or he known like to the players would take over as head coach. And he said, and, I mean, or he added, let me rephrase that, like, and while the players and respect of Ewer Brick, like I was told like directly like by players. I heard from that they were stunned and surprised by the timing of the decision to fire Sully. Like several, I've heard like from said like they believe this move should have waited one more week, considering the fact that if they beat the Bills at home on Monday night, like the game on the beat them again on the Monday night game next week on their schedule, they are right back in the thick of it in the AFC East division. And do you agree? And do you agree with the defensive coordinator, like, or do you think it was the right idea that that the Jets did fire the head coach of the team, which his name was Robert Saleh, or Saleh? But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below about this decision. And do you think they should have waited until this coming Monday, or wait until after or Tuesday, I should say, considering the game is on Monday, which I will be making a review on, by the way. So make sure to check it out. An hour after I do my Monday Night Raw review video, while I'm doing my Monday Night Football review, but yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. Like, I'm not sure what to say about it on this. I'll say maybe perhaps the coordinator has a point on it. Like maybe they should have waited and then they should make the decision of whether if they're going to fire him or not. But let's move on to the next slide. We're gonna see if they're gonna and then we got next news. We got a we got stay strong for we got some stay strong Florida news now as Tom Brady donates $100,000 for Hurricane Milton relief, sends prayers for those affected. And Hurricane Milton has 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 wrought destruction throughout Florida, with multiple organizations coming together for relief operations over the past few days. Multiple NFL players have reached out to donate or raise awareness about the hurricane. Like in a recent social media post from seven-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and MVP, of course, revealed that he had donated $100,000 to those affected by Hurricane Milton. Not only has he donated, but the brand GoPuff will be matching his amount, making it a total of $200,000. He said, I mean, more likely he wrote on his IG page, in the wake of Hurricane Milton, I'll be making a donation of $100,000 to help get essentials like food, water, and first aid to fellow Floridans in need. like my friends like at GoPuff like are matching this like along with all other donations I made via by give with GoPuff like all benefiting like the Volunteer Florida Foundation like keep those like impacted by these storms like in your prayers look out like for your neighbors and continue to help out any way you're able to stay safe and stay strong, Florida. As Tom Brady mentioned GoPuff like has separate portal for donating called Go with GoPuff. Like as of now, like all donations made to the brand along with their donations will benefit the Volunteer Florida Foundation. Like uh and we also got another fellow quarterback that's also fellow quarterback Baker Mayfield's wife Emily and we also got some more news about Baker Mayfield's wife Emily and Jake Funk's wife Hannah sends prayers to sends prayers to Florida from since to Florida like from getting hit with Hurricane Milton, I should say. And before I get into that, I want to also talk about what are your thoughts on Tom Brady doing such a very generous donation to the whole state of Florida. Like I'll say the whole state, maybe I'll say wherever the locations in Florida that got hit by Hurricane Milton, and I want to send all my prayers and all my positivity to those guys and girls like that lost their homes in that tropical storm, and I hopefully they do, and also their city as well. Not to mention, hopefully that they do get it fixed, and hopefully that it does get repaired. Like things get repaired, and hopefully they do get some food and water, like fresh fruit and fresh water. Let me rephrase that in the earliest in their convenience. And I'll say, even though I haven't seen like I wasn't really much of a fan of Tom Brady. Like maybe at first I kind of was, but when it comes to like being as a Chiefs fan with Patrick Mahomes and him going head to head in rivalries, whether if it was in the AFC playoffs when he was in the New England Patriots, and also like when he was even when he was in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and even before Patrick Mahomes and them even got into the Chiefs, I I still was not sure if I was a Tom Brady fan anymore when I started hearing some stories about him using the deflate gate and stuff like using tactics to cheat their way into winning Super Bowl trophies. But I'm not sure if it's fully true. But I'm just hearing what I hear from those that pointed this out, like from journalists and reporters and stuff like that. Like that whole scandal of Tom Brady and this controversial scandal about Tom Brady. But yeah, who knows like about that? But despite that, that's still not gonna. That's still like at the same time, like that's still not gonna change the fact that he could be a nice man. Like when it comes, especially when it comes to him doing something this generous. Yeah, like I gotta hand it to the 7-time Super Bowl MVP. But yeah, let me know what's your case on this in the comments. And do you think this was just a good amount of generosity that Tom Brady showed, like for his fellow Floridans, like at this very unfortunate time? I sure think he did a pretty good job. Like yeah, kudos to the former NFL quarterback onto that, and hopefully that we can see more donations like this, along with his where's his buddies like in the GoPuff, like matching him with another 100,000, making it 200K. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we can see more and maybe even make this like 100 million, 200 million, or maybe even 200 billion. But either way, let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. With we got some news. Like as mentioned, like of the devastating Hurricane Milton has reached Florida with people evacu- evacuating like and seeking like shelter. NFL players located like in Florida and their partners like have took taken to speak taken to speaking about the same on social media. Like in a new Instagram story, Baker Mayfield's wife Emily like shared an update on about her family, and she thanked people for checking in on them, like and sending prayers for the for the beautiful place that has become their community, like home and family. Like in another post, like in another post, like Jake Funk's wife Hannah, like and Hannah and Sluss, also Hannah and Sluss also shared an emotional message, like while asking people to donate for Hurricane Milton. And I apologize for repeating myself on the last one about. I was trying to correct myself by pronouncing what's the name, Jake Funk's wife's name perfectly, like exactly what it's how it's pronounced, but it's what she had the right on the matter, like while posting about Hurricane Milton and Helene, saying, "I wanted to make a moment to acknowledge again, like the massive tragic of Hurricane Helene. I really hope like we call all come together as a country to help support these people that need us, like whether you are giving money or donating toilet paper, like anything helps," like she wrote. Beginning in Mexico, like Hurricane Milton like has been like referred to as one of the deadliest storms in recent times. And and but what are your thoughts on to these messages from Baker Mayfield's wife and what's her name and Jake Funk's wife, like, which I'm not sure if they even showed anything about like what came out of the from Emily. Let's see. But I'll say more likely what from Hannah from Hannah and Sluss, Miss Hannah and Sluss. Like, what are your thoughts on this? And do you and I can, if I was you, assassinators, if y'all have it, like I would recommend you donating it to this foundation in Florida, like because like you would want somebody to do that for you, if your home got destroyed by a bad severe weather. But I'm gonna let you guys to to decide that in the comment section right down below if you're going to be donating. But if in case if you don't have the money, like don't worry about it. Like don't feel bad. SNA here, like is struggling financially himself. Like he can barely help out. He barely can help out like paying some bills of his own, of course. Yeah, or should I, well, yeah, like with the family, of course. Yeah, but yeah, but yeah, I like if I do, like I probably would be, I would do exact, well, like yeah, I would, yeah, definitely would be doing that, like if I had it, if even if I had it today, I would probably most likely would do it right on the same day. But like in case if I didn't, I'll probably would do it the next day, of course. But yeah, I mean, like everything's digital and easy and convenient now. Like it'll be like 9 times out of 10, you would probably see me doing something the same day once I receive any payout, if you know what I mean. But for now, like I just don't have that kind of amount of Watto cash, if you say so myself, even though I'm wearing the colors of the same colors of money, but in reality, not really much of a rich guy, obviously not. But that's probably everybody's dream. Well, not everybody entirely, but most majority of people's dream to be so. But that's a different conversation for a different day. But yeah, I would suggest you guys. But my point is, I would suggest you guys to donate for Florida if y'all have it, of course. Like if you can, just still show your support, and yeah, that's all it counts. But yeah, do you think they're going to get into their goal of making it up to their whatever their goal is of making the amount doing some home improvements and some not renov I mean yeah some renovations in places that they got destroyed like whether if it's community buildings or grocery stores or fast food restaurant that's in the local area, like whatever the place that people will hang out to eat or watch movies at the theater or stage shows or sporting events like football, of course, and then even baseball, basketball, wrestling. You get the point. You get the point. Yeah, like they'll have to do stuff like whoever got destroyed, like from the Hurricane Helene or not Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton. Like yeah, they're definitely gonna be doing some big improvements. Wherever like after they make their whatever their goal is, and let me know down in the comment section right down below. None of my business, but just want to know because I if I did have an opportunity, I would love to help. But at the moment, I'm barely helping myself right now. So how I can help somebody else if I can if I'm struggling on my own problems. But anyways, yeah, let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about Darnell Mooney, like injury update, like latest like on Falcons wide receiver for fantasy football on week 6, and we got some concerning news from the Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Darnell Mooney, like on had perhaps the biggest night of his career, like in prime time against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like and last Thursday's football game, like manager, like I mean last night, I mean yeah last Thursday, I mean not last night, last week's like fantasy football managers like who were lucky enough to start him like were able to recap the rewards like of their decision. Like, however, just 1 week later, managers are left wondering what's going on with Mooney. Here's a look like at the wide receivers status for the week 6 of the next game this coming week. With according to the Athletics Falcons like reporter like the Athletics Falcons reporter Josh Kendall on X, Mooney is dealing with a knee injury. Like it is unclear where the injury came from. However, digging into the Falcons injury report, like the timing of the injury could have come like from two time frames. Like per the team's injury report, like Mooney was listed as a limited practice participant, like on Wednesday in the week 6 log. Like, however, like in week 5, he wasn't listed on the injury report like at all either. Like he sustained the injury in the week 5 explosive performance, like or the damaged his knee in the first practice, like following the game. Like managers would hope like that that the injury happened in the game, like to allow extra days to heal. Like that. That said, with Mooney, like participating like in a limited fashion and the timing coming so early in the week, like the odds are like this decently like I The odds are decently high that he will play in this week's game. Still, like the injury is something to watch for, though. Like, of course, like aside from getting healthy, Mooney's offense is looking to prove like that their week five primetime offensive onslaught like was the start like of a new normal in the contest like against the Buccaneers. Kirk Cousins threw for 509 yards, like four touchdowns and like one interception. Like so, yeah, that like that's good for the quarterback and also good for good for Mooney as well. Like with him looking like he and showing his improvements that he could look like that, he's gonna make a quick and immediate return. And do you think that he should make a return for this upcoming game? And do you think this is the right thing to do, or do you think he should hold it off for another week or so, like whenever he's healed? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But either way, I also want to send him all my positivities in the world. Like, hopefully he's okay and hopefully he won't stay out for long. And let's hope, like, the sooner he gets out there, the better. And and if he does come out soon, like, let's hope it won't be like. It's gonna be he's gonna be given some borrowed time, like for when his real recovery date is gonna be, like until his real recovery date is gonna be. But they still want to have him play anyways. But if that was the case, like there'll be no point of putting him out there. So I guess like if they put him out there, it's probably perhaps it's because like if he may not be 100%, he's still like at least like a still a few but he's still in a much more on a positive note rather than being in a negative one. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's hope like when he does makes his return, he'll be 100% healthy either way. Like whether if he's no matter what, like whatever the no matter what, like after being recovered from it, like whether if they're gonna use him this week or next week or whenever. Yeah, wish him all the best of luck. But let's move on and let's talk about some perhaps the future boyfriend of the former women's champion in WWE, and that is you already guessed it. But anyways, it's the status of the outlook of George Kettle, like on the head of the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Predictions pick like in fantasy of the outlooks of him, like in and George Kettle's San Francisco 49ers are set. George Kettle's the San Francisco 49ers are set to face off against DK Metcalf's Seattle Seahawks on the Thursday night football game with the two NFC West battle has their battle not battle like they're like which they're like which is going to be Thursday night football like for the NFC battle showdown like with especially high stakes of the winner of the game will command first place in the division. And with so much at stake, like stress for both fan bases, like in at an all-time high, like like here's here's an in-depth look at the players teams and what to expect, like with the uh with the 49ers versus Seahawks prediction. Like Seattle is coming off like a massive toe stub like after losing to after losing to the New York Giants, like many attributed the loss to overlooking like the Giants in favor of the 49ers, the team's confidence has undoubtedly been tested after losing to Daniel Jones, under 500 units. Like and that said, with the game taking place in Seattle, the Hawks will have a home field advantage, like the home field advantage aspect, tightly contested, like how I mean the low scoring game. The Seahawks should come out on top over George Kittle's 49ers, like in a defensive of slugfest, like in the 49ers versus Seahawks fantasy picks, like both like teams have faced each other two times per season for decades. As such, both rosters like and coaches are well versed like in how the other side plays, like as a result like aspect, like few plays to defenses uh take the defenses off guard. And George Kittle, like with his with his size and strength, like is likely to be a player like to watch for fantasy managers. Like, however, he doesn't appear to be 100% healthy going into the contest. Like Brandon a a Ayuk is also a player to keep an eye on after earning 147 yards last week. And uh, last week, like for the Seahawks, like Kenneth Walker the third, like and DK Metcalf, like are the biggest players to look out for. The 49ers have given up uh, the running games like to Kyron Williams and James Conner, like in the past 3 weeks. Like so as aspect like I mean the expect like the not the aspect the so expect not I say I mean the so expect a rushing surge like with DK Metcalf also is one of the key pieces of the offense. Like so he is projected to earn like plenty of looks like from Geno Smith. And then also where to watch 49ers versus Seahawks on cable. Like unfortunately, like yeah, the 49ers game like won't be available on cable or anywhere like in the country as a part of the Amazon Prime's Thursday Night Football slate. Like the game will be available exclusively only on to the Prime subscribers. Like this is the case for every against the played against the Baltimore Ravens. Like when the show was on Peacock and also on NBC on cable and broadcasting television. But yeah, they were on NBC, but for the rest of the week, like they're gonna be on Prime and Amazon Prime, which I got a chance to make a review on, but due to that inconveniences at the moment, I yeah I cannot, yeah, do more of Thursday Night Football reviews, but until further notice, like to give you an update, like if those inconveniences are finally out of the way, and I can finally making Thursday Night Football review videos, like I'm gonna be, it's gonna be kind of canceled at the moment, like until further notice. But anyways, yeah. But it's gonna be exclusively on, but except for 1 week out of the year, like it's gonna be on NBC exclusive. Like which Super Bowl team is going to face any of the what's that like any of the Super Bowl teams that's going to be facing any of the what's that the whatever players that they're going to play in the beginning of the season, like, and they're going to play against them at that game on Sunday night. I mean, not Sunday, Thursday night football, like live on both NBC and Peacock. But we're but I want to ask you this question: like, what is your thoughts on who's going to be winning this game? Like, do you think and which team you're rooting? Who's going to be winning, and which team you're going to be rooting for? Is it going to be the Seattle Seahawks or the San Francisco 49ers? And do you think that George Kittle will be eligible to play? Like, given that he came from like last week's game of sustaining an injury against the Arizona Cardinals, was it? Or was it against another team like the week prior to that? No, I think it was the week prior because they did say he sustained an injury there, which I think it was against the New England Patriots. Actually, yeah. Let me rephrase that. And then this game's going to take place in Seattle, Washington, and a certain wrestling company happens to be in that area of near there in Tacoma, Washington. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of their top stars making an attendance there. Like, whether if it could be their world champion or it could be the guy that wears skeletons on his face or the one that used to be a world champion that has dreadlocks and that was a dominant world champion that could be joining a certain faction that's called the Syndicate. Well, that's not the full name, but I'm not trying to start talking about wrestling topics while I'm talking about stuff in the football. But I'm just saying, like, as being like a YouTube wrestling journalist and along with a football wrestling journalist as well, I'm just gonna point things out like when it comes to those two perspectives. Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Like, George Kittle does play, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in the other wrestling company could be in attendance for that show. Like, then showing some more speculations of like if there's some kind of a secret relationship in the matter. But that's a different conversation for a different day. But I want to ask you this question about just Kittle. Like, is he going to be playing on tonight's game, or do you think he's going to be sitting out on the sidelines, like without being not competing, but still going to attend the show? Pretend to not just a show, but a game, like with support, show some support on his team for his teammates of him making the trip over to the Northwest, I guess you could say. But let me know in the comment section right down below who's exactly as the winner in your bingo card on tonight's Sunday night football game. And do you think George Kittle is going to play? And who? And then do you think that their linebacker is going to be playing as well? Which is last name's Warner, I believe. But I don't think that's going to be the case, like for his side. But Kittle, like they're saying, it's very questionable. If it it depends, like if he's healthy enough to compete. Like if so, they're probably going to have him going to be be on the field here and there, and probably sparingly rather than being often. But we're just going to have to wait and see this Thursday, and maybe I'm going to be watching the game, but at the same time, due to, but still, despite watching the game, like it's still going to be very difficult to remember it and recap it. Like, what I mean, like when I normally do the review videos, like it's going to be very hard to remember it all. Like I need to have some specific details, like some little stuff, like have stuff been reported, like, and it'll be hard to write stuff down. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult of doing it. Like if with one certain device to help me out, like to remember to recap exactly how what went down, like I would normally do. Like when it comes to like I need a little guide, a little study guide, if you know what I mean, with my little device here. So yeah, but it's easier to do it like on Mondays and Mondays and Sundays because those like for one, like it's on the one it's on the broadcasting channels and cable channels, and secondly, it's easier to review it off of as well, like what exactly went down onto those two events, like because I have all access to it. Like when it comes to watching the games and restudying it and make sure I got everything right, like when I'm reviewing it, the deal and the routine every single week. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's hope that let's hope like whoever wins like is the better team, like and they stay as the NFC West. Like even though like I'm not the biggest fans of both teams, like I just like the way they play. Like, but I'll say they're probably like somewhere in the second or third or fourth place spot, like in my favorite NFL team list. Like, with the Chiefs being number one on that list. So I just want to wish the better team luck, like which that could be either the Seahawks or the 49ers. But let's move on. We got Jay, Jaden Reed explains that Matt Fleer as a viral outburst like on the sidelines during the Vikings clash, like ultimate crash mode, like and Green Bay Packers wide receiver is Jaden Reed is having sensational sophomore campaign have a sophomore campaign in 5 games. Like the season he has has recorded 21 catches, 414 receiving yards, like and two receiving touchdowns. Like, however, like one of those end zone receptions came like after a bizarre incident involving his head coach Matt Fleer, like in the Green Bay Packers. Narrow loss like to the Minnesota Vikings on week 4, like with less than 30 seconds like left in the first half. Like Green Bay, who were trailing like 28-0, had seemingly gotten on the scoreboard, like and Rome and Romeo Dubs, dove into the end zone and for a touchdown. However, replays suggested that the wide receiver's knee was down before he broke the plane. Like, and while officials discussed the call, the camera was panned towards an animated Lafleur yelling at one of the referees, explaining what transpired. And Reed said, "I'm watching the game and I'm like, I think he scored, but you watch, he didn't. So I think the refs were trying to figure out if he scored or not. Like, so they weren't really paying attention to Coach Lafleur. Yeah, like he's over here looking at them, calling the timeout. He starts calling the timeout. He starts running them and when you take the headset off, it's all bad. Take the headset off. Crash mode like ultimate crash mode, like he said during the in this interview on the St. Brown's podcast. And it says right here, like after the score less in the third quarter, like the Packers outscored the Vikings 22-3 in the game's final 15 minutes, but it wasn't enough, and they lost to lost 2 points, like with LaFleur, like was also fined like $14,069, like for his argument like with the referees. Like in the post game press conference, the Packers head coach admitted he shouldn't have what's that quarreled like with the referees, like and claimed he was absolutely embarrassed about his behavior. And but what are your thoughts onto this situation about like with the coach being upset about his game against the Vikings with them being so close in the third quarter, like in close to beating the Vikings, but not enough to put away the undefeated Minnesota Vikings next to the Kansas City Chiefs, of course. But yeah, he admitted that he was wrong and he owes like everybody an apologies, including the referees. Which you never let your emotions, including the anger part of your emotions, like get the better of you, like when it comes to you being professional or anything in life, like or even you not doing it, handling very important businesses. Like much right, like you can easily could be I don't know how to describe it. I'll say you could just easily could be what's that called? You could easily be doing anything in life, like, and if there's something or someone that's making you mad, the best thing is to do is to avoid it and not try to acknowledge it or anything like that, or else it's just gonna make you more and more angry, like, or more upset or anything like that. Yeah, that's gonna put you in a very non-happy mood. But let me know about this in the comments. And do you think it's going to be better for the Packers? Well, I think it's starting to be the case because recently, this past Sunday, which is about to be next Sunday in the next 3 days, of course, he that the team of the Packers did beat the Los Angeles Rams in their own stadium and SoFi. And do you think there's going to be more wins where that came from, and maybe they could even get a rematch against the Minnesota Vikings, no matter what stadium they played in, like depending on which stadium they haven't played in yet, like whether if it was the Packers stadium, like they haven't got a chance to play in, or even what's they name the Vikings stadium, like because once like let's just say for an example, like let's say the Green Bay Packers played them in their own stadium. That means like the next time they played them in the second time, like in in the season, like you play them again, but this time in their stadium. Like like or even vice versa. Like they play in the Viking stadium first, and then they play in Green Bay stadium. Just like how, like, name a team an example. I'll say I'm making out of which I would say the Chiefs. Like they do the same. Like they played in SoFi Stadium against the Chargers recently in the battle of the AFC West division. Like they face them there, and then they play against the Chargers again later on in the season. But this time they'll be back in Arrowhead rather than going back to SoFi Stadium. Like, and that's the perfect example I'm doing right here with Green Bay, like with their stadiums, like yeah, which is the U.S. Bank Stadium and where the Vikings play at, and then the what's their name of the stadium? I forget the name of it's called something Field. But let me know about that, and also let me know, can they beat whatever stadium that's gonna be in that location? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I think if the Minnesota Vikings does not remain undefeated, I could see someone like Green Bay could win. Like, and giving that they're getting more better than they were before, we might just see them could do exactly that. But for those Green Bay Packer fans, like for me wearing green right now, just keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully this green for you assassinators that are Packers fans will give them the good luck of playing against the Vikings. But either way, I want to wish all the teams the best of luck while I can, even though I'm much more of the reigning defending back-to-back Super Bowl champion fan, more fan of them, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But yeah, wish them the very best of luck, and hopefully that the coach, what's it? I totally forget his name of the Flair, like but the Fleer, like hopefully don't let his emotions get the better of him and don't get in another what's that called what's that another what's that called it's confrontation, but what's the other one? Altercation. Yeah, that's what's called. Yeah. Hopefully, don't get in another confrontation or altercation with the referees again, and hopefully, the next game will be in his favor. But let's move on to the next news. We got Bill Simmons, like skew skewers, stupid, like a stupid ass like patriot, like for Mays, like Drake May's mismanagement, and he described it as dumbest, most incompetent, like in front of the office. And these are his words, not mine. Like I'm just giving out the news. And maybe it's not the appropriate word to me saying that word, saying the a word, but like I guess I do say it in professional wrestling. I don't think it'll make much more of a difference saying here on football. So I guess this will, as long as it's not a higher swear word, I guess I'm all good. But apart from Robert Saleh's firing, Drake May becoming the official starter for the New England Patriots, like has been the biggest news of all of the week. Like the rookie quarterback, like the third overall picked in the 2024 NFL draft, will finally to start after Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett's awful start, like in the year, like but the timing for the decision like is odd. Like May it could have been the starter and win five against the struggling Miami Dolphins. Like, J- but but Jared Mayo like decided to play Brissett like and keep the rookie out now like in week 6, like keep him out until week 6, like against one of the best defenses like in the league. Like he decided to put the UNC out alumni on the field against the UNC alumni on the field against a strong pass defense. Like the curious idea was also noted by Bill Simmons, like who called the Patriots management a bunch of names, like following the decision. And this is what he had to say in the matter. I was feeling like all good, like about the fact that I not a Jets fan, and then like my stupid ass team, like who didn't start Drake May like last week against the Dolphins, who suck it, like would have been the perfect spot to play him. Like even if the offensive line's terrible, like at least you're getting his feet wet, like against probably the other worst team in the league except for Carolina. Like, and Simmons continued, you wait a week or like it turns out the Jacoby Brissett is still terrible, and a a week later, I guess what they do, they start Drake May like against Houston, against the Houston's defense, like by working probably like top 5 like or 6 scariest defense, like and they can really rush the passer and they're just putting this now like in a terrible position, like because this is the dumbest, most incompetent owner front office group we've had since Victor Kayam, like when I was in college. But what are your thoughts onto the matter of this news? And do you think it's finally about time they put the rookie quarterback in there to take Jacoby's to replace Jacoby Brissett, like with even like the like which made even New England Patriots is excuse me, my bad. Why I just did that for. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's Bill Simmons, of course. How silly of me. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Bill Simmons' comments, like about Jacoby Brissett, like not being at his best, and they should have already put May onto the field like weeks ago, like when it's starting to be noticeable. Let me know down in the comment section right down below about that, of course. But this is where we got more intriguing football news now. Is we got a fire up of the three-time Super Bowl MVP, my boy Patrick Mahomes, like trash talking Yankees fan goes viral after Royals tied the ALDS Game 3. And yeah, and this is the most intriguing topic to talk about today because after leading the Kansas City Chiefs to three, after leading the Chiefs up, what I'm talking about, my stupid self, like after leading the Chiefs like in a comfortable 20 to 13 wins over the New Orleans Saints, which I reviewed that video. We reviewed a video with the Chiefs defeating the New Orleans Saints. Make sure you Assassinators check that out. But anyways, um, on Monday Night Football with the best performance of the season, Patrick Mahomes' first post on social media wasn't about his team's win. Instead, it's about his congrats to his fellow I'll say his fellow Kansas City area sports team, and that is the Kansas City Royals, on winning Game 2 of their ALDS series, like against the New York Yankees, and he was also excited like for games 3 and 4, like at the Kauffman Stadium, like better known as the K, and as the three-time MVP wrote, and he said it right here. The K about to jump in this, like, and this where then he did like three flexing muscle emojis, which you can see right here, which I'm gonna show you on this post on X, which you can see for yourself with my boy Mahomes tweeting out right on the X platform, which yeah, I totally agree on. And to be honest, I am secretly a Royals fan, but just don't tell anybody else this. I'm just kidding. Like everybody's gonna notice anyways once they click on this video. Like, and they can notice if they just subscribe and click on the post notification bell. Like that, I am secretly a Royals fan along with being a Chiefs fan as well. And I hope they do beat the New York Yankees. And I'm sorry, Damian Priest, but that team beats your hometown baseball team. And yeah, like even though it has been 9 years since the last time they won the World Series, like I hope that they do make a better impact, like onto their onto onto their performance, like as being like the a very intriguingly impressive baseball team as of late, because I thought like that would be the last time they would be winning a World Series, but like at least for another 30 years, just like when they won the last time in 1985, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let me know all about that in the comment section right down below. And what's your thoughts about Patrick Mahomes' tweet? Like, and do you think he should have tweeted this? Like of saying like they're going to be jumping in this week and they're going to be surpassing the Yankees, which I think they will. Like, and not just saying that because I am a massive Mahomes fan, but I just have this feeling because I just recently watched it like on TV, which is the reason why I couldn't make an AEW Dynamite review video on Wednesday. Was one of the reasons why, but that's because like yeah, I mean, or not just that, but also like that's the reason why AEW Dynamite was not on this week. Period. Like I mean, not week to last night rather than being moved to Tuesdays because the Royals play against the Yankees along with other baseball teams on the ALD and the NLD playoffs. Like who's going to be facing each other for the World Series, which I believe this is going to be a one-off. I mean, they probably would do this one more time for like when the World Series does happen. Like they'll probably put on TBS, but then again, at the same time, they could either put it on TNT. But yeah, but yeah, that's what me and my family was just watching. We were very sad that the Royals did not beat the Yankees on that game, which they're going to have a rematch tomorrow in the same stadium, which is Kauffman. And yeah, and I hope Patrick Mahomes' tweet does bring out some good luck, like and it makes like some kind of a blessing happens for the KC Royals. We're just waiting to see. I hope, and I'm praying to God that it does happen, but let me know about this in the comment section right down below. Or do you think this is just some superstition nonsense that I'm speaking right here about saying bring up some good luck? It's all about the belief and the motivation and determination of their abilities of being the better players in baseball. But yeah, and nothing personal against the Yankees. Like I used to have been a fan of them as well when Derek Jeter used to have been there, along with Alex Rodriguez used to have been playing as the respective hitters of the team. But unfortunately, they're retired. But fortunately, they put on a legendary career in their time with the baseball teams, respectively. But yeah, let me know about this in the comment section right down below. But that's the reason why AEW Dynamite was not on Wednesday last night. Like rather than being on Tuesday for Title Tuesday, which I did make a review yesterday in the afternoon around at the same time, if not later. But make sure to check that out. Check that out as well. But yeah, I've been doing a whole lot with both football and wrestling lately. Like it's been so exciting. I need to start doing baseball stuff because I'm also truly a baseball fan as well. Like yeah, like so you probably might be seeing me making some baseball content when I be given the chance to. But for now, you're probably just gonna expect me to be just doing this like in the foreseeable future. But yeah, this is where we got next up. We got Antonio Pierce like cleared to air on Devontae Adams' stance like with the Raiders, and it says right here and will Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams with a D like get traded before the NFL season for 2024 like before the 2024 deadline trade like all signs like point to yes but we won't know until it happens. Like, and it says Adams has requested a trade this season, like, and the Raiders like struggled like in a at 2 to 3 like under the year of under the year of head coach Antonio Pierce. Like, but before I get into more details on this, I want to ask. This is a baseball question rather than a football one. I want to ask you who's exactly going to be winning on tonight's game 4, I believe, because we just saw game 3 yesterday, which we got the New York Yankees leading the series at 2-1, if I'm not mistaken, 2-1, which is game four tonight. But let me know in the comments, and also, like, are you a Royals fan or a New York Yankees fan? Let me also know about that as well down below. But let's move on to the next slide, and let's talk about like that. But yeah, but it makes sense that they could move on and look to gain a draft pick for their future. While Adams is a unknown. Well, Adam not unknown, known. I must be looking at the wrong thing. What I'm talking about. Well, Adams is a known trade candidate. Like Pierce said, Adams is still a Raider, and spoke about at his health after being inactive for Sunday's game against the Denver Broncos. And before I get into what he said, I want to point out, if this was out of context from a wrestling fan that just became a football fan, and if you put Devontae Adams' last name with the head coach of the Vegas Raiders, his last name put together, you probably think it's the general manager of WWE Monday Night Raw, Adam Pierce, that you're referring to. But that's a different story for a different day. But let's get back to the review of this news story, saying with the coach with the head coach Antonio Pierce had this to say on the matter. He's still a Raider. He's never not, but been a Raider. When he's healthy and he can play well. Or no, he can play. We'll play him. He's just not healthy right now, and he's getting closer. Though, that's a good part. He's working every day to get the hamstrings right. He's in the right headspace, mentally. Like I said, he talked recently and had a good conversation. He's ready to play football. The Raiders have announced a quarterback change this week, as they will bench Gardner Minshew for Aiden O'Connor or O'Connell, yeah, for Aiden O'Connell, maybe a quarterback change could make Adams happier in LV. What are the Vegas Raiders look in return for Devontae Adams? Devontae Adams is still one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He's recorded 4 straight of 1,000 yards seasons in the last 4 years. While he's earned multiple Pro Bowls, and all pros, and is still playing at a high level. Adams is aging, turning 32 in December. Adams will likely seek a new contract with the team that acquires him. Given these factors, the Raiders are asking for a second round pick, plus on an additional a set most around the league. I think this is a high asking price, given what the Buffalo Bills got for Stephon Diggs, and the Los Angeles not Rams, the Los Angeles Chargers for Keenan Allen. the Raiders like still have over 3 weeks like to get a deal done, like with the NFL trade deadline like expiring on November 5th. And do you think that they're gonna extend or like give his contract until they know what they're gonna do with Adams, like or immediately trade him to a team like the Buffalo Bills or even the New York Jets or even the Chiefs perhaps like to a rival team. Maybe you can easily take maybe the Chiefs could negotiate could arrange a meeting to negotiate of taking Devontae Adams out of the Raiders' hands. And let's hope that could be the case. Like, even though I'm being kind of biased here, but I just cannot help it. Like, this is my video. I say what goes, but at the same time, I want to be polite and be respectful. So I'll say, but either way, I hope he does bring get some success, and I hope he finds a place where he's going to be happy at. Like whether if it's staying with the Raiders or finding a team that's going to get him his asking price, that's going to give him his asking price. And do you think that we're going to be seeing the do you think we're going to be seeing what's his name? Seeing the Raiders finally going to give him what he wants and get him like a higher raise onto his salary, or do you think they're just gonna give him to the Buffalo Bills or anybody that's Buffalo Bills or the New York Jets, I should say, and have him they'll have him play for them and be and they'll have to worry about him, I should say, yeah. But I'm not sure if I'm making sense right here, but do you think he'll be playing but my point is I'll say like do you think he'll be playing better like if he does join either of those teams? Like let me know in the comment section right down below. Or do you think it's gonna be a totally different team that's gonna be picking up the Devontae Adams if the Raiders does do a trade for with another does do a trade for another team? But anyways, we got Troy Aikman claims Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift might actually be engaged after viral Mrs. comments. And then we got some very likely fortunate news, I guess you could say, for the couple of the Super Bowl tight end Super Bowl and Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelsey and the music pop star Taylor Swift have been among the most popular celebrity couples for the past year. Like fans are eager to tune in to their personal lives, sometimes even speculating about marriage and engagement. Swift and Kelsey have Swift and Kelsey of course are yet to address any rumors themselves. However, in an appearance on Pardon My Take on Wednesday on ESPN NFL with the ESPN NFL commentator Troy Aikman spoke about the celebrity couple. Aikman was in trouble with fans on Monday after he referred to Swift as Mrs. Started at which was started at what was it, 1 hour 36 minutes and 3 seconds marked. He quoted, "Was that a big deal? Was a on a tight rope right there like this morning I woke up and saw a headline like Aikman knew like if Aikman knew he was in trouble or something and he said I'm thinking, gosh, if this is newsworthy, I mean really he said however he added that a source had told him that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce could be engaged already. Like, and he added, someone actually reached out to me today and said that they might actually be engaged. So I might have broke the story. The Kansas City Chiefs week 6 or no, week 5 actually. I'm talking about during the Kansas City Chiefs week 5 game against the New Orleans Saints, which it's always a pleasure to hear, and always exciting to hear the name of the team, of course, which Travis Kelce plays for, alongside Patrick Mahomes and the other team, which they did a very tremendous job against the New Orleans Saints. It was much more better than the Cowboys versus the Pittsburgh Steelers game, which I was totally glad I made a review of, which I'm in this day forth, since Monday Night Raw is going to be 2 hours until January, I might as well add that extra hour to recap what went down on Monday Night Football, which you're going to be seeing me do more often every Mondays from then on October, what day it was, October 7th, October 7th till December, the end of December, the last the fourth or fifth Monday on December, whatever the last week of the last week on the last Monday of that month of December, I'm gonna be making Monday Night Football review videos. But anyways, but yeah, the game against the New Orleans Saints, Aikman referred to Swift as misses, many fans were unhappy with the ESPN commentators' word, with some even referred it to referred it as disgusting. The misses, but this word then he quoted saying the misses like Akam said on the broadcast. And what are your thoughts onto this? With the with the Troy Aikman making this big blunder, and do you think that he's going to be forgiven one day about this? And I hope everybody will have the conscience to forgive the man, because he just made a big mistake, because he thought they were engaged and they were about to be married very soon. So he thought he might give him that respect of referring Taylor Swift as Mrs. because that's what she's going to likely be once they finally tie the knot. You would want that for that too, for your typical wed partner, or whatever you're whatever you're married to, whoever the gender that person that you're married to, whether if it's your husband or wife or whatever it may be, you would like them to be referred as Mr. or Mrs. something to you, so of course that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to show some respect, the way I see it. I'm not trying to take his side. I'm just saying, what might be the reason why he said this. But do you think this is the most controversial thing in the football world lately, or do you think this is only just child's play when it comes to bigger, most controversial football news stories than this? Let me know in the comments. I'm new to this, but I do read some articles to time about football stuff, because I am into stuff like that along with wrestling. But yeah, I'm not like I am in wrestling. Start looking into it. I'm doing the same like I do with wrestling. Just start getting really invested into it. But you'll probably see some changes like that, in the near future. I've been doing with wrestling stuff. Used to notice that I've been struggling, when it comes to trying to get into it and investing my interest of talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors, like I'm doing with these news stories and transfers in football. But I'm gonna let you guys to decide. And do you think that we will be seeing Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift get married soon? And when do you? And if so, when do you think when they're gonna have the wedding? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. Not trying to be a nosy, I'll say, what name is rather than Nathan? I'll say a nosy. not Nancy. I'll say a nosy, not Nathan. I don't know, but yeah, you get the. I need to start looking at who got who what male what what male person would have a name that starts with the letter N. I should say, yeah. But let me know about that in the comment section right down below. I'll say let's move on to the final news story for today, and that is Baker Mayfield's wife, like which we're gonna finally see with like we're probably going to talk about right here that we're supposed to talk on the first place. Well, the second place actually. Like when I was reviewing today's the football news video, which is my second ever time doing this. But it says right here, Baker Mayfield's wife Emily shares update on family's safety as Hurricane Milton nears Tampa, which is the home of the football team that her husband Baker plays for. And yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' current quarterback, Baker Mayfield's wife, like Emily, has updated the followers like regarding their safety as the devastating Hurricane Milton like reaches Florida. The community has been preparing to deal with the calamity, the calamity, the calamity to their best ability with many evacuating the area as warnings like intensify like in a new Instagram story, like Emily Mayfield like revealed that their family is currently safe, praying like in everyone in their community in affected areas. As per Emily, many people like reached out like to check in on her, and she writes, so many people checked on her Instagram story. It says like she posted on her story like saying many people checked in to make sure we are safe. Like we are praying hard for this beautiful place that's become our home, our community, and our family, which you can read right here on this post from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' quarterback. And then at the bottom it says be safe, everyone. Staff is just I mean that's the but stuff is just stuff like loves are truly all that matters. And then she added, I mean no, not she didn't add it. Like no, yeah, she did add it, but at adding a small note in the end, like she said, like be safe, everyone. Like stuff is just stuff, and lives all truly that all. I mean, lives lives are truly all that matter. That's what it said right at the bottom of the post. That's of course that's what it said. But earlier in September, like Emily had shared in an emotional note after Hurricane Helene hit Tampa, like and she said I do not have words like to accurately like describe my head break like for everyone like affected like by Hurricane Helene. You see this stuff on TV, but until you live through it, like you can't fully grasp the terror associated with the unknowns. Like uh, Baker, like Kuko, Coco Fergus, like Coco Fergus, and I advocated like av I evacuated yesterday and are safe. Like and like advocate and yesterday and are safe. And it says right here that connected to the Tampa community through football, like, and also through their non-profit organization, like Baker and Emily Mayfield, like, never failed like to reach out in times like of crisis. Like, and Baker Mayfield and his wife Emily made $17,900 in donations to Florida high school. But before I get into that, I want to ask you this question, like what are your thoughts on to this, like, and I'm glad. Yeah, what's your thoughts on to this with Baker Mayfield and Emily and yeah, Emily, like, and do you think that they're gonna get their home their homes fixed, like in the city that they have their home at, like in it? Like, do you think they're gonna do a very successful job? I sure hope that they will. Hopefully, they get everything back on track after the Hurricane Helene and Milton hit, like from the Florida area, and I hope they do a very successful job and onto this task, like with them trying to get Tampa, most specifically, out of the state of Florida back on track. And yeah, we're going to talk about more onto this, like with along with hosting events like through the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation. Like, the couple has also donated like the schools like in the area last month. Like, they made uh, a generous $17,900 donation, like, to a local Florida school in Cocoa, Florida, like Space Cocoa High, like, to be the name, to be exact. And you can see a video of it right here with them making a donation of it, making a donation right here with.
All of our players, Space Coast High School, and the awesome Port St. John community right here in Cocoa, Florida. We want to thank you guys for that generous donation of over $17,000. Thank you guys very much. On behalf of the Vipers, we look forward to making you guys proud this year and going out and carrying all that onto the football field and having a successful season.
I want to say thank you to Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation for supporting us through this football season.
I want to thank the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation.
I just want to thank the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation.
I want to thank the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation.
I would like to thank the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation.
I'd like to give a big thanks to the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation. So I want to thank the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation.
A humongous thank you to the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation.
Thank you, Emily and Baker Mayfield, for buying our helmets. Boomer! Thank you guys so much. Go Bucks! Hey! Baker Emily Foundation on me! Baker Emily Foundation on 3! 1, 2, 3! Baker Emily Foundation!
But what are your thoughts on to this? And I want to give a huge praise and kudos to Baker and his wife Emily the Mayfields for doing this foundation organization to donate to those that are in need. Like, and I want to give him big praise for that. And yeah, I am a fan of the work of Mayfield and what he's been doing on the Buccaneers lately. Like, as much as I liked him when he was on the Browns. But yeah, not the biggest fan, but at the same time, I am a big fan of him. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks next to the likes of Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and them. Like, but yeah, but that was completely that was the most. I'll say I use generous like way too many times. I'll say that was the most unselfish selfless. I'll say that was the most selfless act that Baker Mayfield could have done, and I like seeing, and I totally appreciate, even though I'm not near in their area, but I appreciate what they're doing for what in the communities in Florida, making a big difference for the better. And I sure hope, like, if I ever get a profession that pays good, I want to make a difference in a city that's in need, that's in my area. I guess you could say, yeah. I hope, like, in a particular city that's in my area that's in the need, and then I would love to make it much of a difference, like, into that particular town or city, wherever you want to describe it, like, for the better. Like, and that was very nice of them to donate over $17,000 to this high school, like, with that has a very that probably have the most population of the most I would say, I don't know what to say, like, of the state of Florida. This must be the biggest high school high school football academy, that, like, next to, I'll say this must be the biggest football, I'll say, the biggest football in the high school, like, and also not only the high school but in the whole state of Florida, I guess you could say, like, with them, but for Baker Mayfield and Emily Mayfield to do this great donation, and I hope that they do very successful, making a difference in getting Florida where it once was at, like, maybe even double times better than before. But yeah, I want to wish the very best of luck to everybody involved, like, that's in the southeast area, I guess you could say. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below, like, what's your opinions on the matter. And I would suggest you guys, like, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you can, like, I would if I was you, I would be contributing, like, whatever they're putting in onto this donation. Like, I'll say if you're in the Florida area, of course, let me rephrase that. I don't want to just say to everybody. I mean, unless you genuinely want to generously give to them, like, because you heard the horror stories about Hurricane Helene and Milton hitting the Florida, the state of Florida, and places like in Tampa. But yeah, let me know about this in the comment section right down below, how this is going to end up. I do think this is going to be a successful donation or organization, which I believe it will, if they can keep up with making a difference and having people follow their examples of making getting the cities and the towns of the state of Florida and back on track, and what other states that felt the wrath, which I heard, like, in the North Carolina area, they suffered a very bad critical conditions from the hurricane as well, like the two hurricanes, I should say. Well, one in particular, which is Helene, I believe. But let me know about all this in the comment section right down below. But I guess that'll be it for today. But yeah. And hope and wish the best of luck continuously and consistently for the Mayfields and everybody that's living in the Florida area as well. But yeah, I guess that'll be it for today for y'all Assassinators, for the wildest and intriguing football news stories and transfers that you Assassinators need to know from the Sportskeeda football article. And let me know in the comments which one was your favorite out of this list, like your favorite news story out of this list, like, which I would give mine to the Patrick Mahomes' tweet, and then the one with about, like, is George Kittle's going to be competing, like, in tonight's Sunday night football game? That's a Thursday. Is he going to compete in tonight's Thursday night football game? Like, and do you think that he's going to be making a return with a 100% on his health? Like, is he going to be 100% to take on Geno Smith's Seattle Seahawks with DK Metcalf and others? Let me know all about that down below. And also, please make sure to feel free to hit the big thumbs up button and considering hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA content. I know I keep asking you guys, let me know in the comments below. That's the best way to communicate with you, because, like, I would like to hear y'all's opinions, because y'all might have totally different ones than I do. And there's nothing wrong with having different opinions, as long as we have the respect to just respect and the tolerance to just let y'all have those particular opinions and preferences about, like, who's your favorite football teams or players or or what's your favorite favorite about them? What's the reason, or give a reason why that is your favorite, or or who should win the games or who should lose the games in the NFL season. Like, just, yeah, let me know all about that stuff. Like, same goes like with the wrestling stuff, with what's going on in WWE and AEW. Speaking of both those two promotions, I want to talk about, make sure to check out my SmackDown review video, or the post-show SmackDown after Bad Blood, which we're going to finally see what's going to be the what's going to be like, what's going to transpire after like what happened to Bad Blood, like with The Rock returning after Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes defeating the Bloodlines, the Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, with the returning Jey Uso helping them out on that, like, and what's next for them, and what's next for Roman Reigns' version of the Bloodline being resurrected, and also who's going to be joining Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns. And do you think that it's going to be The Rock, or he's going to be the mastermind of Solo? Well, Solo kind of gave that away when he got called by a fan recording him saying all part of the plan, telling that to either Jacob Fatu or Tama Tonga, or even all three of the members of his version of the Bloodline, saying like it's all coming to plan. But he must have planned that The Rock will be making his return in case when, regardless if they win or lose, which that try to make it a guarantee. But we're gonna find out in the next a little bit over 24 hours from now, and also I want to talk about that. Like The Rock also, we're gonna probably see an appearance from the People's Champ, and then we're also gonna be probably gonna be hearing from Kevin Owens on why he attacked Cody Rhodes, and the back. I mean, right in the parking lot, right in front of his tour bus, which it was like about like a few yards away from Kevin Owens's his car that he drove in, which I believe that's his rental car. But yeah, I think we're gonna be seeing we're gonna have Cody Rhodes gonna address this, and he's gonna call out Kevin Owens on why he attacked him like he did, like even if it did have something to do with him having like a temporary alliance with Roman Reigns. Like he had no excuse attacking him like that. Like, which Kevin Owens would point that out. That'll be his primary reason why, probably. Well, we're gonna find out. It's so exciting because I did not notice. It was like when the Great One said, like where he said that when he was editing, he did not know about this until he started editing his Bad Blood review video. And that's the same for me. Right after I made the Bad Blood review video on that day, like that's when I knew about when Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes. When my other YouTube homie Plana pointed that out, when a fan recorded that and they posted it on their social media account, which everybody's seen it, and they were completely shocked that Kevin Owens turned heel in this way without being televised. Like, well, it don't have to be, and I give kudos to WWE on that. Like, they try to make it more legit as possible, like with them, and make it unpredictable as well, unpredictable and legitimate, like as much as they can, which you gotta give praise for them on that. Because we thought this was gonna be either after Cody Rhodes' match at Bad Blood or during the match, which I low key thought that at first Kevin Owens is gonna attack Cody Rhodes and turn heel that way, and then help Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa get the victory on that note. But it seemed like that he waited until after the match, which I thought. But when there was rumors speculating that The Rock could possibly make an appearance, whether it was during the match or even after the match, that's why I predicted that he could cost Roman by distracting him, of asking him why is he teaming with the Crybaby. But maybe he done that like afterwards when he gave him the high eyebrow and did the 1, 2, 3, which some say it could be a reference that he's going to be fighting both Reigns and Rhodes in a triple threat dream match for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41, of course. But do you think that should happen, or do you think it should be one-on-one with Cody versus The Rock, and then wait for Roman Reigns the following year at 42, which I did not want that to happen at first, but now think about in storyline perspective, I can understand why they do that, and I'll say maybe this could be a good idea by looking in the story and being invested into it and what's next. But yeah, And we can see Roman Reigns get Solo, even though that doesn't make any sense, but it kind of does because he's wearing the Ulafala and still thinking that he's the tribal chief, when in reality he isn't. But whatever, either way, what transpire, I'm gonna be a supporter of it, and I'm gonna be well invested and entertained of the story that WWE has to offer onto that note as well. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have so much to talk about on that date, and we're probably gonna be seeing like some schedulings of matches with Carmelo Hayes taking on Andrade, and then LA Knight, who's his next challenger may be, which it could be Melo, but I did not know for sure because Carmelo Hayes won by default with AJ Styles forfeiting his spot of becoming number one contender. But yeah, we're gonna see that don't transpire like with him trying to get a shot at LA Knight's United States Championship. Let's hope it works well in his favor. But also we're gonna be seeing like the women's tag team championship match, which that's been announced this past Tuesday when Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill ran into the Metaphors, what's her name, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about that like tomorrow night, like who's gonna be the winner. Let me know in the comments who's gonna walk out as those champions. Also, make sure to check out AEW Rampage. Also, make sure to check out my wrestling news video where I'll be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know from the Fightful Select article. Like we're gonna be we're gonna go back into the wrestling news, like back on track. Which the last time I talked about anything in the wrestling news was back in Tuesday because I had to do AEW Dynamite, and that took a little while to review that video, and I didn't have enough time to make a wrestling news video. So expect me to make a return on next Wednesday to make a news video on that day, along with the usual weekly Dynamite as well. But yeah, I guess that's it for today, Assassinators, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, y'all have a wonderful rest of your lovely Thursday, and I'll see you all in the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye-bye, my Assassinators. Hopefully, my commentary of today's football news entertain you guys, and I hope that I start getting into it to make it more entertaining and intriguing and maybe perhaps a little bit hilarious when it's needed. But for now, I'll see you soon.